Hey guys, Captain Figureen back with another video. Today we had update 0.1.22.16 and without further ado, let's jump right into it. In this update we will please you with new engineer rewards for building useful objects, new AI soldier improvements, artillery strike balancing and many other changes, including ones based on your feedback. Changes like new strategic points icons that will no longer obscure the view and aiming. Corrected tank burning models and speed. Finally, the correct amount of radius on damage dealt by smaller caliber HE shells against infantry. So yeah, a lot of people were complaining about the HE shells because the splash damage is very small and it's very hard to hit infantry. It's better on some tanks and it's really bad on some other tanks. They also added a new mission for the Battle of Moscow. So on the forestry, we also got a conquest map now. So let's see what we got on the AI soldiers. The AI soldiers no longer see through flamethrower flames, so that's pretty nice to hear because you know they just tap you down through the flamethrower. Improved obstacle handling for the AI soldiers. Down here they said they're better at climbing over obstacles because if you build some barricades and stuff like that, the AI really struggled with that one. They also improved the grenade throw of the AI. So they should no longer look away from the tank while throwing the grenade, and they should be able to cook them up like they say here. So they should not slide sideways while going over obstacles. It should be better if they're in the water to find a path to the shore. They're better at finding their way through fences and improved climbing through the windows in the Berlin Opera. So for weapon and equipment, for the Browning 1918A2, they added the secondary auto-firing mode with a lower rate of fire, so that's pretty nice to hear. Missions and game modes. As I said before, they added the new mission for the Battle of Moscow campaign, the Forestry Conquest, so really want to see that one. They improved the battle area positioning in the mission Wilhelmstrasse in Invasion. They added vehicles for practice to move around on the map faster, so that's pretty nice to hear. They lowered the amount for barbed wires on the Battle of Berlin locations. They added new cover in the forestry map on Invasion, so we got some more cover there. So far I really like the map, a lot of details, very nice to play on. And some other objects changed to destructible on that forestry mission. So what do we got for economics and progress? Progression is visible for campaign levels that are still locked, so nice to hear. Vehicle improvements are now taken into consideration in the specs view mode, so you can have a better overview there. They added reward for destroying barrage balloons if they're in the secondary mission objective, so I was trying to do that secondary mission objective, but last time I couldn't make it done, so still something I have to do on the airfields map. They added orders, so we can increase a soldier's rank, so that's pretty nice because I think a lot of people struggle to get their 5-star soldiers up, so that should actually help us quite a lot. Now the engineers will gain additional XP for building useful objects used by allies. So for example, when barbed wire damages an enemy, if somebody kills an enemy vehicle with a cannon that you build, when they take ammo from one of your supply crates, and if your allied soldiers actively fight close to your sandbags that you constructed on a point. So playing the engineer is even more worth now. And you will also get small additional rewards for building any object. So yeah, playing the engineer right now is probably quite important. And I really want to check out how much XP I can grind if I really play the engineer well. All additional engineer rewards will be displayed separately in the debriefing. So got some changes on the debriefing again, and I think that's pretty nice, so we have a better overview what we do with our engineer, and it emphasizes people to play the engineer even more, and it's such an important role in Enlisted. Let's see what we got for the interface. You can now use the quick message system while you're in a vehicle, so that's very nice. Yeah, they give you now a notification if you have not claimed the reward from a campaign. We have an improvement on the marks on the allies, because sometimes the marks on the allies, they came super late. And this is very important when you have to do a split-second decision, so very nice to see there. The premium account persuade window was redesigned, and they added new premium duration options. As you can see here, we can buy 1, 7, 15, 30, 90 and 365 days now. It gets a little bit cheaper if you buy more, but you still get the same advantage as you did before. They added transparency for capture points icon when it is the targeting area of the screen, so that it does not obscure fighting the enemies at the point, so that's very nice. In logistic cards, there are icons of soldier, class or weapon types now. When entering the upgrade menu, the research tree of the current squad is selected automatically. So it's a lot of comfort of life we got here. The hangar menu screen for the aircraft and the tank has been visually improved. Nice to hear that. Some tweaks were done for the HUD to make it similar on the screen. I think that is good too. Oh, did I scroll too much? Yeah, I did. And now in the campaign experience section, there is an icon for premium squads and or premium account display if your experience was gained using them. Alright, so we get a better overview how we gain experience, where we gain experience and how much we got. Then we got gameplay and other changes. So they shortened the length of the weapons overall, because sometimes when you went close to a wall with a weapon, you know, when he picks it up because he's too close to a weapon, that was sometimes very buggy and it was too long even for short weapons, so they shortened it overall, and I think that's nice to hear. Now if you use the follow me order for your squad, they should blink up on the minimap. The running speed while holding a hammer and knife should be the same now, because before you were running a little bit faster if you were holding a hammer, and I think it shouldn't make any difference. The healing process, so when you're down and you try to use your medipack and you start moving, it should just stop the duration as long as you move around and then continue healing you up if you stay stationary. A fuel tank explosion on the tank will not automatically kill an enemy vehicle, so that's a big change there, because right now it was like whenever you got that explosion on the fuel tank, it was gone. The damage from fire on the tanks is a little bit lowered, and a vehicle can just burn once. I'm not sure if this can be abused in any way, but we will see that probably a little bit later. Also, the ammunition in your tank shouldn't take fire that quickly, so you have more time to get out, because normally now when you start burning there's no way to get out because it's so fast. Also, destroyed tanks will stay around longer on the map, so you have more cover. You cannot destroy friendly rally points anymore because that was a bug that was around. And they also addressed the artillery strike spam. They raised it to 48 seconds instead of 30 seconds, so we got 18 seconds more to wait for the artillery strike. I'm anyways not somebody who plays the artillery strike or the radio operators a whole lot. I use them sometimes as a suppressive effect when I want to rush in, but I wasn't spamming it. But yeah, really happy they addressed it here, and I really want to see what difference it makes with the 48 seconds. Then we had some sound changes, not too interesting. And we had some other fixes. So if you want to see the whole list of fixes they did, as always, I will put the article down there in the comment section so you can read through this one and see whatever is important to you there. But as always, I will give you the important ones. So now if you take resupply on a supply crate, it will also fill up your health-filled magazines, because that was super annoying. Your gun barrels will no longer sink into walls, so that's probably pretty nice. And the biggest one, they fixed the missing splinter damage of tank HE shells against infantry. This fix will significantly increase the damage of 20 to 45 millimeter shells and their damage radius by 30%. So that's a huge one, and I really want to test out how the new tank's HE shell feel now. That's it for the update we had today. I hope this video was useful to you guys, and as always, if you don't want to miss any further Enlisted news and what's going on in the Enlisted world, stay tuned, and I see you next time guys. Have a good one. Captain Figureen out.